好，咁第6到第8題咧都係有關於呢個實驗嘅。今次我哋想研究嘅咧就係一棵植物嘅光合作用速度咧究竟有幾快？咁成個實驗咧其實就係考2樣嘢嘅啫。第一樣咧就係光合作用底下啦係會產生氧氣啦，而第二個咧就係喺成個實驗底下我哋見到呢一支管咧佢有個水位嘅變化，又由0.1嘅 ml 就去到咧0.4嘅 ml。咁其實成個水位跌咗咧，我首先就要解咗呢一樣嘢先。咁成棵植物啦，咁由於佢係一個玻璃兜啦，咁啊有光照到入去啦，咁喺嗰個 jar 入面亦都有一啲 CO2 啦，咁啊當然個兜兜入面咧應該就有水嘅，咁啊有水啦，有 CO2 有光啦，咁自不然棵植物咧係會做緊 photosynthesis 嘅，而過程當中咧係會製造氧氣嘅。而喺 CO2 佢個 level 由於係 constant 嘅關係咧，所以啦，而家整咗出嚟嘅咧就係有一啲氧氣，而呢啲氧氣咧就會喺個 jar 嗰度咧係 accumulate 咗積聚咗嘅，所以啦喺個 jar 入面嘅氣壓咧係會上升嘅，所以咧佢就係會將我哋嘅水位咧就會壓咗落去。咁所以第6題就問翻我哋啦，基於實驗嘅結果啦，咁究竟啦一棵植物嘅光合作用係幾多啊？咁由於啦成個實驗咧 CO2 level 係 constant 嘅，我都唔知道佢吸咗幾多 CO2 嘅，咁所以啦 C 同埋 D 咧係不知道嘅。咁你話唔係啊，佢一定會吸 CO2 嘅喎。咁但係如果佢係當吸咗 CO2 嘅話咧，成個 jar 入面嘅氣壓咧應該係下降嘅。咁如果嗰個 jar 入面嘅氣壓下降嘅話咧，其實個水位咧係應該上升先真嘅。咁但係由於而家咧個水位係下降啊嘛，咁即係更加引證得到咧喺個 jar 入面嘅氣壓咧應該係上升先真嘅。好，咁啊，所以啦就得翻 A、B 兩個答案咧都係話啦，每一個鐘咧放咗幾多氧氣嘅。咁而家啦睇一睇個數字咯，一目了然啦，係咪啊？一開始0.1 ml 之後咧就0.4 ml， 兩個相減咯，咪0.3 ml 即刻係答案啦，係咪啊 ？Sorry 啊 ，B 都唔係啊。你話咁都唔係0.3 ml oxygen release 喎，睇清咗個時間單位啊，唔該。因為兩個都係講緊 per hour， 但係個實驗講俾你聽嘅咧係30分鐘，即係半個鐘啫。所以唔該啦，兩個半個鐘乘翻嘅話咧，應該係0.6 ml。So let's take a look at question 6 to 8. It's talking about this experiment used to determine the rate of photosynthesis of a green plant. So for the whole question is checking the first concept, oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. And also for this experiment, we need to analyze the data, what we got. So this data, what we got is the lowering of the water level. So why the water level drops? So let's take a look here. It's talking about the green plant. It produces the oxygen during photosynthesis. And because the CO2 level is constant in the jar, and the plant can produce oxygen in the jar, so that's why there will be more and more air in the jar. So that's why the air pressure in the jar will increase, and then that's why the water level will be pressed downwards. So that's why we get the data that the water level will drop. And the options C and D, they can be eliminated. It's because the CO2 level in the jar is constant. So that's why we do not know how much of CO2 can be absorbed. You may say that, no, Mr. Leung, carbon dioxide, they must be absorbed during photosynthesis. So if that is the case, so we should see that the air pressure in the jar should decrease. But of course, we add some chemical to maintain a relatively constant level of carbon dioxide. But what if it is really the case that air pressure drops, so water level of the apparatus, so it should rise? But we do not see that. So that's why we must be dealing with the oxygen released by the plant. So that means options A and B can be the answer. So let's take a look at the data. Initial reading 0.1 ml, and then after 30 minutes 0.4 ml. Easy answer, Mr. Leung, is B. No, because you need to take a look at the time unit. For the answer is per hour, but for the data is talking about half hour, 30 minutes only. So that's why finally you need to times 2 to get the final answer. So that's why it should be 0.3 times 2. So that's why the answer is A.